Dear friends, I'm sitting outside here on a beautiful day, as tonight we're going to be having our premier mega outdoor Shabbat with over 400 people joining us. And this week we're going to be reading in the Torah portion of Shalach about the story of the spies who were sent out to scout out the land of Israel so the Jews can conquer it, and they came back with a terrible report saying we will not be able to conquer Israel, it's too powerful, which made the Jews very upset, and thinking that they'll never happen, the dream of going into the land of Israel and being able to live out Judaism in that way. And because of that they were punished and they stayed in the desert for another 40 years. But what's fascinating is immediately afterwards the Torah tells us about the mitzvah of challah, the mitzvah of making dough, that when you make dough you have to take off a little bit of it and you have to give it to the priest as a gift on behalf of, they're working on behalf of God. And the interesting thing about challah is that that's a gift that has to be given immediately when the Jews come into Israel. They don't have to wait until they conquer the land and they settle it 14 years later, which many of the mitzvahs that are connected to Israel have to be waited for so many years, but immediately when you come into Israel. And why is challah unique? You have to wait, it doesn't wait, but you have to do it immediately when you come into Israel. And why was that the first mitzvah given to the Jews right after their rebellion against God by not going into Israel? And the answer is that challah is at the center of Jewish life. Challah is at the center of the Jewish home. Do you remember someone in your home baking challah, how the smell takes over the home? It tells us Shabbat is coming. It starts transforming the spirit, the atmosphere in the home. When the Jews found out they're not going into Israel, they almost gave up. They said, so if we don't go into Israel, what is Judaism? How are we going to be able to live Judaism if we can't implement it and feel what we feel in Israel? And God says, don't worry. When you make challah in your home, then your home becomes a mini Israel. Your home becomes a place that is as beautiful and as refreshing and as energizing as the land of Israel. And the truth is, that is what Shabbat is as well. Challah is associated with Shabbat because when you make Shabbat in your home, then you bring the atmosphere, the energy, the holiness, the spirit of Israel into your life and into your home. And this is what we're doing here tonight. We're taking the spirit of Shabbat, but in the outdoors. In TMR, for the very first time, we're bringing Shabbat into the street. So Shabbat, the atmosphere, the holiness, the energy, the beauty, will not only be confined to our home, to our synagogues, but will be taken out with us wherever we go. And may God bless you all to be able to create Israel in your home all the time. Let this be a special Shabbat for you and for all of us. And God bless you. I love you all. Shabbat candlelighting time in Montreal is not later than 8:23 p.m.